I'm going to cover severe flooding in two locations, one in MEDC and another in LEDC in the state of Bihar in India. The flood in Bihar occurred due to a heavy rainfall along the Himalayan foothill during August and September 2008. Later, during the summer season, millions went homeless because of this flood, and hundreds went missing or died. Located in the northeast of India, south of Himalayas, the Kosi River, the tributary of Ganges, runs through Bihar. It is one of the poorest states in India. 42% of the population live under the poverty line. The causes of the flood in Bihar is because it is during the monsoon season, due to reversal of winds during the end of summer, bringing heavy rainfall in the Himalayas, which increased the discharge in the river Kosi, forcing it to flow over the river in the area of Bihar. Deforestation is occurring there, thus less interception to prevent water from falling immediately onto land or water surfaces. Flood defense along the Kosi River were breached because it was poorly maintained. The social effect of this flood is it killed up to 2,000 people. Figures vary because some does not include missing people. 3 million people went homeless. There was a lack of clean drinking water and food because most of Bihar's population are subsistence farmers. So food supplies are destroyed. And because of lack of clean drinking water, waterborne diseases were easily spread. There was also discrimination due to the caste system. It was claimed that the rich first received aid, while some of the poor weren't at all. The economic effect of the flood includes 100,000 hectares of farmland destroyed, which, to mention, 70% of people in Bihar are farmers. They lost their farmland, thus their source of income. Roads were also destroyed. The repair cost totaled to $542 million. During flood, sewage is washed into the Kosi River. The pollutants killed the wildlife in it. The responses are short-term and long-term. Short-term responses include the one from the Indian government. They sent 115 million pounds worth of relief packages to Bihar and 125,000 tons of grain. However, most were sent to the upper classes while the lower classes received little to none. 400,000 people were evacuated. 1,500 soldiers were sent to rescue and disperse aid. 8 agencies were dispatched to make sure the lower classes people receive aid. And the long-term responses are mostly funded by the World Bank. The World Bank gave large amounts to improve quality of life to people in Bihar. A scheme was constructed where each homeowners were given $1,200 to rebuild their houses. A total of 90 bridges and 2,090 kilometers of road would be reconstructed, helping 2 million people. New flood defenses such as new embankments, improving flood management, and flood prediction technologies costing $500 million were built. A 1 in 400-year flood destroyed Boscastle on 16 August 2004. Boscastle is located in southwest England near the coastline. The River Valency flows through the town and meets the River Jordan at the confluence in the town. The flood is due to several causes. One, a combination of Hurricane Alex, and a heavy convectional rainfall due to the heating of the ground during summer. Rain fell over an area of impermeable rock that has sparse vegetation covered, thus little interception and infiltration, increasing the surface runoff and volume of water entering the River Valency. The river has steep valley sides, so surface runoff increased. The ground has been saturated by previous rainfall. The floodplain is urbanized. All this also reduced infiltration, leading to increased surface runoff. And there is a confluence with the River Jordan and River Valency in Boscastle where huge volumes of water pile up. The economic effect of this is businesses and property were damaged. Since Boscastle's main income was from tourism, and less people went to Boscastle after the flood. 76 cars were washed out to sea. The lower bridge was damaged, and a temporary dam released 3-meter wave that damaged more buildings. The social effects were houses were flooded, silt and sewage deposits in them. Water power supplies were cut off. Fortunately, no one died, but some suffered broken bones and hypothermia. The environmental effects were sewage washed into sea and river, and 75 cars and 6 buildings were washed out to sea. There were short-term and long-term responses. Short-term responses including flood warning issued at parts of Cornwall. Prince Charles donated some money to the town. 100 people used Camelford Leisure Center for refuge. 11 days after the flood, people returned to their homes. Long Long-term responses include the council invested money to improve Boscastle flood defenses, environmental footprint were taken more seriously since the flood. A large bridge replaced its short lower bridge, and a reconstruction began in 2005.